Boruto Chapter 80 left off on a very big cliffhanger, with Boruto and Sasuke leaving the Hidden Leaf Village together, and with Kawaki now wanting to hunt down Boruto and kill him to start his Otsutsuki extermination plan. I think a final battle between Boruto versus Kawaki is going to happen soon in the Boruto manga. And with the manga currently on hiatus with the next chapter being planned to release in August, Kishimoto is definitely going to be cooking up some heat until the next chapter does indeed drop. That's why for today's video I do want to discuss this final battle between Boruto versus Kawaki, since this is something that has been foreshadowed for a while, and we did see a bit of a scrap between them in chapter 78. And despite the two of them not fighting each other at full power in that chapter, we did see a bit of destruction between them and just how deadly this final battle could go once they do fight each other. And now that Boruto and Sasuke are outside the Hidden Leaf Village, they most likely won't return to Konoha for a while. Ada did tell Boruto that she will not disclose his location to either Shikamaru or Kawaki due to the fact that Ada does indeed feel bad for basically ruining Boruto's life. Let's not forget, with the omnipotence happening, it was Ada who activated that jutsu in the first place, and she did apologize to Boruto. So with that being said, Ada and Damon are not really threats to Boruto anymore in the story, and she even sees Kawaki coming off as a coward now due to the fact that Kawaki has basically become jealous of Boruto to be in the position as Naruto's son. And now that Boruto and Kawaki's roles have been reversed in the story, Boruto is now the bad guy, and whatever Kawaki does now moving on, he will be seen as the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. That's why this battle serves so much significance, considering that Ada did imply that Boruto will return to the Hidden Leaf Village one day. It may not be now or in the next couple of chapters, but once Boruto does get strong enough, he will probably return home in order to stop everything. Momoshiki did state in chapter 80 that whatever effects that the omnipotence has on everyone, it basically cannot be reversed, meaning that whatever happens for the rest of this manga, Boruto is going to be seen as the villain, meaning that he's going to have to get some allies on his side or else he's going to get killed off. And that's the one advantage that Boruto has currently in the story right now, is that he has somebody like Sasuke by his side, his own sensei to train him up, also with Ada and Damon as well. They're not going to rat out Boruto and tell Kawaki where he is, and also they're not really villains in the story. I know when Ada and Damon were first introduced into the manga, everybody had thought that they were going to take over the story and just body the fuck out of everybody, especially with Damon and his crazy powers. But with Ada essentially siding with Boruto and not wanting to agree with Kawaki anymore, Damon will follow as well. Kawaki, however, has the entire Hidden Leaf Village aside with them whenever they do fight each other, since I think the battle location for this fight happening will be in Konoha. I did mention in prior videos that now that Boruto and Sasuke are together, they can now actually go on a training arc. This is something that fans have been begging for a while now, and now that Boruto is on his own with Sasuke and the entire world is going to try to hunt him down and kill him, he has no other choice but to get stronger. And also with Momoshiki there, he could potentially side with Boruto now that he knows that Boruto wants to stay alive and Momoshiki needs to keep his vessel alive in order to get his plans of harvesting a chakra fruit. When this fight does happen, I think a perfect battle location of this will be inside the Hidden Leaf Village. I know that sounds kind of crazy considering that Boruto doesn't want to destroy the village, but looking at the future time skip scene when Boruto and Kawaki square up against each other, the entire Leaf Village is destroyed. And I think this is something that has already happened prior to their battle in the time skip. That's why I think in terms of a battle location for this final fight will be inside the Hidden Leaf Village. Another reason why I think this fight is going to happen very soon, when Boruto saw the memories of Momoshiki in chapter 75, where we did see Mitsuki activating Sage Mode, Team 10 squaring up to fight somebody, and Kawaki looking down at something in his Karma 2 state, I believe that's all through Boruto's POV. Since we did see some of those panels in the latest chapter, such as Mitsuki activating his Sage Mode against Boruto since he was affected by the omnipotence, same goes for Team 10. So with that being said, those POV shots of what we saw from the future were through Boruto's perspective. And since we've already seen 2 of the 3 future scenes, the next future scene that is coming up is Kawaki looking down on somebody. I believe in this future panel, this is Boruto looking down on Kawaki. So with that being said, whenever this final battle does happen, I think we already got our answer on who's going to win this fight between Boruto versus Kawaki. It does seem like Kawaki is going to take the W, or some other crazy circumstances may happen, such as with Code and Momoshiki, that could put Boruto in this position where Kawaki is looking down on him with blood on his face. However, in my opinion, I think that whenever we do get this future panel, Kawaki may have already greatly damaged Boruto or even killed him once we do get to this final battle. However, I think this final battle could have some crazy outside factors that could change the outcome of this fight. fight, such as with Momoshiki and Code, since Code was shown at the end of chapter 80 as he was also affected by the omnipotence. Since his hatred of Kawaki growing up was so apparent, he did build that 10 Tails army to destroy Konoha. However, that intentions to kill Kawaki has now been flipped toward Boruto, meaning that wherever Boruto does go, even if that does mean that he's going back to the Hidden Leaf Village, Code may also head there, and I think this could be a crazy game changer, especially if Code and Kawaki may team up. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out, man. I think with Code wanting to kill Boruto and with Kawaki wanting to kill Boruto as well, they may actually see their goals align with each other and may want to team up to take down Boruto. And I think this could be a crazy way for Kawaki to kill him, since Boruto and Kawaki right now, they're somewhat even though in my opinion I believe Kawaki is a little bit stronger since he has Ishiki's dojutsu, and not only that, he has better experience of using the Karma Seal. I think the one thing that can really give him an advantage and basically cheat his way to get a W is for Code to help him. And this is where I think we could get a three-way battle between Boruto versus Kawaki versus Code. And I think this will be the final battle before the time skip does come, because I know at the end of chapter 80 a lot of the fandom was saying that the time skip is coming once chapter 81 does drop, but in my opinion I believe there's a lot more content that needs to be shown prior to us getting into that time skip, such as a final battle between Boruto versus Kawaki and the future panel of Kawaki in his Karma 2 state probably looking down at Boruto hasn't happened yet, and the fact that that version of Kawaki is the kid version, he obviously hasn't grown up. And I think this will be the final major events that will happen before the Boruto time skip. Now, since I did state that, I think the final battle location will be inside the Hidden Leaf Village, with possibly Code being there with his 10 Tails army. A lot of people are going to die and get hurt. That being said, I think Kawaki may actually save a lot of people. I know he does care about Naruto and Naruto only, however, he may actually want to help some other people that will not be affected, such as a Himawari for example, and seal a lot of these people away in the Daikukoden dimension. As we know, Naruto and Hinata were sealed away. Kawaki is the only person who can retrieve them since he has access to that dojutsu, and I think some other characters could be put in there, such as a Himawari and maybe some of Boruto's classmates as well, and potentially the entire Leaf Village. I believe Kawaki could maybe seal literally everyone inside the Hidden Leaf Village into the Daikukoden dimension. It is possible if Kawaki is willing to do that, especially since he is now being seen as the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. He doesn't want anybody to get hurt if he does want to kill Boruto, since that is his plan, and now that he has the entire Leaf Village backing him, if Kawaki, Boruto, and Code were to fight each other in the Leaf Village, a lot of people may be teleported into that Daikukoden dimension for them to be safe. Especially with Code having that 10 Tails army, this is going to be a very destructive battle, as we've seen in the War Arc for example. The 10 Tails shooting Biju bombs and they're destroying battlefields and shit, and while this 10 Tails isn't the same exact 10 Tails from the 4th Great Ninja War, this is still a 10 Tails regardless, and it will cause a lot of damage considering that it has been split into thousands, and with it being called clawgrams having the ability to teleport along the claw marks, it is going to be very difficult to take that down. And with me mentioning that Kawaki and Code could potentially team up, Boruto and Momoshiki may team up as well. Since Momoshiki wants his vessel to stay alive, Momoshiki is not going to be willing to allow his vessel to be killed off, especially by Kawaki and Code, knowing that Momoshiki wants to harvest a chakra fruit, and especially if Code and Kawaki team up to fight each other, with Code having that 10 Tails army. This could be an advantage for Momoshiki, considering that if he does run into Code and the 10 Tails, he could potentially feed someone like Kawaki to the 10 Tails. Now of course the 10 Tails has been split into 1,000 clawgrams, so it's going to be kind of hard to just straight up feed Kawaki to the 10 Tails considering that it has been split apart. But if Momoshiki finds a way to feed Kawaki to Code's 10 Tails army to harvest a chakra fruit, that could be another crazy plot twist that no one expected. But with that being said, I definitely do think this final battle is going to happen pre-time skip, and this will change the series forever. Not only that, I forgot to mention, Boruto hasn't completely broken down yet. Momoshiki has stated prior that once Boruto loses the will to live, Momoshiki will live as Boruto forever, and I think this will be a way for Boruto to basically lose that willpower. Despite Boruto being affected by the omnipotence, he is still incredibly optimistic about him overcoming this, and since he has Sasuke by his side, Sarada is still there with her Mangekyou Sharingan being unlocked, Ada and Damon as well, he is still somewhat upbeat despite the circumstances. And I think this final battle could not only kill Boruto again, but break his mental, where Momoshiki could take over and catch a lot of bodies. This also includes somebody like Sasuke, Shikamaru as well, and Sarada could potentially play a major role role in this battle also, since I did forget to mention her, and we don't know her full power yet. We haven't exactly seen her fight with it, and she could be a way to also stop Kawaki and Code. So let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. If a final battle between Boruto and Kawaki were to happen pre-time skip, who do you think is winning and why? Me personally, I think Kawaki is a little bit stronger. I think he edges out Boruto due to his experience of training with the Karma and Ishiki's Dojutsu. Not only that, he basically has Code on his side, even though Kawaki doesn't see that way. If Boruto and Kawaki were to fight, I think outside factors such as Code, Momoshiki, Sarada, Ada, and Damon could potentially play a very big factor on who will win this fight. Even though I think Kawaki is a bit stronger than Boruto, Boruto may have a couple tricks up his sleeve, such as the Jogan for example. So let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.